Y'all, let's get into this content. The bodyguard's name is Jaquan Smith. He says he has first-hand knowledge of the events that took place on July 12th, 2020. He was Tory Lanez's or Mr. Daystar Peterson's bodyguard, and he known him for 7 years. He was his driver and bodyguard. He says that on the night the incident took place, Tory asked him to drive to Kylie Jenner's house, where Miss Megan P. or Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey Harris or Kelsey Nicole, they was there. Mr. Peterson was at Miss Jenner's home for 2 hours, where then he received a phone call to pick up Miss P and Miss Harris. So Tory was being a thotty for 2 hours. Let's continue. Miss P, Miss Harris, and left Miss Jenner's home, but he was asked by Megan to return because she stated that she forgot in her shoe. So, yo, Meg, you calling partisan Cinderella and you forgot your shoe, shorty? When we arrive at Miss Jenner's home at this time, Miss Harris stayed in the car while Miss P exited. Miss P did not enter the home at this time, as she went around to the back area where Miss Peterson was located. Both Miss P and Mr. Peterson returned to the car after a few minutes. Miss P was bickering, but I am unsure of the exact words she was saying. She seemed upset. The four of us left Miss Jenner's residence. So he's saying that when they was leaving, she was upset about something, but he don't know what was going on. Y'all, this is after Tory, Meg, and this is after Tory was being a thotty in the pool that night. They was all lit. They was in the pool having a good time. But remember, Tory and Travis Scott. Now remember, y'all, there's a little backstory with this. I'm not sure if Tory Lanez and Travis Scott like each other, but Tory Lanez had no problem being in the pool that night. And we just keeping it a bean. So Tory was trying to smash Kylie. And when Meg found out, Meg was like, yo, he's about to do that. So Meg got on her bully. And the driver is saying that she was bickering. She was pissed off. He doesn't remember what street we were on, but Megan asked him to stop the vehicle. He did as she asked, and Miss Pete went to sit on a nearby bus stop. Stop. Megan Thee Stallion, one of the biggest artists in the world, is sitting out late night, lit as in a bikini at a bus stop. Yo, get back in a car. Get back in the car. What are you doing? So, like, just me reading this, and then I remember that night they had Kelsey and Meg. They was in their swimwears, and they was on the floor. Y'all remember that? Now the driver says, The driver says, Mr. Peterson went and spoke with Miss P. After about 2 minutes, they returned to the car and I began driving again. Miss Pete started the argument again, and Miss Harris asked what was going on. Tory told her that he and Megan had been dating and intimate. Miss Harris was upset by this, as she and Mr. Peterson had been dating in the same manner. Prior to any relationship with Miss Pete and Miss Harris began wilding. But it says they began fighting. So it seems like at first, Meg was probably tight about the thing with Kelsey. After, when they got back in the car, Tory probably told Kelsey that, and then it escalated again. It sounds like that could have happened. Real quick, there was this one Megan Thee Stallion song with Young Thug. In that song, Meg says, I might change my name to Astro Girl.
So out of this world, change my act, name the Astro Girl.
Meg knew that Tory and Travis don't like each other. So Meg, I'm telling y'all, now I know Meg says she on a different vibe, but in that song with Young Thug, Meg threw a little sub at Tory. And what I'm saying is that why would Tory be mad? He just went viral with Kylie Jenner. He's lit. Why would he get back in the car and have a reason to be mad? I saw Miss Harris with a in her hand. Mr. Peterson ran from behind Miss P toward Miss Harris. Mr. Peterson and Miss Harris began struggling as Mr. Peterson tried to unharm Miss Harris. He was still pulling Miss P and did not see who the weapon. He was unlucky he was not harmed. And in his opinion, Miss P was also fortunate. The whole incident happened so quickly within just a couple of minutes. He wanted to present this evidence during Mr. Peterson's trial, but was prevented from doing so as the district attorney was not ready to cross-examine, and later they did not call him due to the holidays and the court schedule. He believes he should have been allowed to present this evidence at trial. What the does that matter now? Is you shitting me, sir? You pulled up a year later making this special guest cameo appearance? Tory is not in society right now. You had Meg on IG Live throwing her subtle jabs at him. Tory why the fuck you took so long? Now look, is this anything he said admissible? That's why I was like, yo, does anybody give a can this help out Tory Lanez's case? And I think this is what Meg was saying during the live. In the actual courts, they already made their decision. Does his special guest cameo appearance matter a fucking whole year later? I don't know. But make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, and I hope y'all enjoyed this, alright? Let's get it.